Hello again, everyone. Melth here, to continue my Baldur's Gate 3 challenge run, full details of which are in the YouTube video description. Watch out for spoilers throughout this series. Now, we left off last time having just liquidated most of the Zhentarim here in their hideout, but not yet looted them. We were going through all of the Waukeen's Rest quests, so we can then move on to the Mountain Pass without missing out on anything over here, basically. Because if you go into the Mountain Pass, you advance automatically the quest line for Waukeen's Rest, and also for the Goblins and Druids, which we've taken care of. Let me actually, while I'm opening things up, I looted 2 chests from the burning building. Let's go through those now. There should be one more in here. There we go.
Can't give up now.
Just a bit of money in that one. I think this is the locked one. Yeah.
With a flick of the wrist.
Should have used guidance there. Got a little bit lazy, but that's fine. So this is a unique weapon, and it's a maul, which is kind of a rare weapon type. I already do have one, though. This is not a +1 maul as far as I can see. Now, the effect of it sounds like it might be explodable if you had ways to jump for free, which there are some of, but as far as I know, it only works once per round anyway, so it's not that good. So, cool and fun to do a shockwave when you jump, but I probably won't bother with it. Interesting. So a lot of the alchemy books are written by one person, essentially, who does this usual rhyme. But then here we have an additional note by the Mafia. This is the reason I don't really use potions in this game, by and large. At least not the damaging ones. Just they get a turn before the poison hits them, and so that's not really terribly useful to me. I want enemies to have no turns whatsoever. I want them to just die. Yeah, I should give the potions of speed to someone who can go first more often, I think. Karlach might be able to use Melf's first staff, now that Ballista is using the sparkler one. It'll give +1 to her saving throw DCs, and also +1 to hit with her cantrips, which could be useful to her now.
No one stopped me yet.
Okay, let's loot some more mafiosos.
What's in here?
I think these 2 paintings here probably reflect the choice Oscar has to make between his 2 loves. We'll see more paintings to think of that maiden as we do the quest in Baldur's Gate for him. Which, as I mentioned before, I've heard has gotten better. When I played it a few months ago, it was absolutely miserable to play through for me. But it sounds like they've making some of the tedious enemies to fight easier to kill and things like that, so hopefully it's better now. Here's the sealed caravan strongbox. Let's just keep that and do that quest when we get to Baldur's Gate, maybe. I've never actually done that quest before because I only did Act 3 once and I had just, opened the chest that time. So I want to see how it goes in person for myself. Here's their merchant. So he drops the Titanstring Bow, which is nice because it's a unique item. I don't intend to ever use it, but maybe I'll find some value for it at some point. And then these ones we will probably just end up selling. Because I always plan to take no damage.
At least things have stayed interesting.
Let's end her disguise if we can talk to her. I don't know if she's one of the corpses that will talk to her killer or not. So, let's play it safe.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Underdark, trading route, and graveyard both.
I assume she means it's a figurative graveyard, that it's a dangerous place where people are just dead or something like that. Rather than a literal graveyard, because I'm not aware of a graveyard in that section of the Underdark.
Whole outpost, but you don't steal from Zhentarim.
I do. The Zhentarim are nowhere near as tough as they pretend to be.
Zhentarim, trading post.
Aren't their eyes usually glowing when they're being spoken with dead? That's odd.
Waiting. Precious cargo. Don't know. Didn't...
The spell's power.
One of the Zhentarims walking by down below there, actually. I rarely see them come over this far. Anyway, there are lots of traps to watch out for as we make our way over to where the other fight is waiting for us. Or maybe not waiting for us. Sometimes they don't realize that we've taken out their bosses and whatnot, even if there has been a giant explosion. So they might not be hostile to us. I should probably put back on my disguise though so I have a better perception if that matters. Watch out for oil and gunpowder and things like that.
Something over there.
I could skip the minefield by just jumping, and that might be worth it, just to save the trouble. I probably want that person to go back over to the others so we can fight them all at once for the harder fight, so I will not attack her here in the minefield, even though it is very tempting to just blow up the mines on her. Do I have Featherfall prepared? I do not. Let me fix that so I can just jump over there.
Let's move.
We leave everyone behind. We left a single raven that could not figure out a way to fly over here.
Another step forward.
Come on, one dumb raven. There you are.
No time to rest. Breathe deep and move.
Alright. Even if you're befriended the Zhentarim, if you're sneaky, you can steal from them in a couple different spots here and get all the loot that they have, which includes some unique magic items, so maybe worth doing. Is there a way to...
Round and round again. Master gets confused, I think.
That's kind of cute. Just the animal doesn't understand the idea of patrol routes or something.
Going round again.
Indra.
The dark smells wrong.
It's the name of a
Not night dark.
Hinduism lightning god, I think.
Dark.
I guess referring to the Underdark entrance down there.
Just see here, move along.
I don't think I ever noticed that person's body paint or tattoos before.
Had a peach of a shot on you as you came in.
No, you didn't. You weren't even close to there. Unless you mean, like, right here when I jumped over, but I knew about that. Alright, doesn't seem like there's a way to easily aggro them without maybe just attempting to steal from them, so let's just go ahead and do that, give them a fair chance.
Not for communal. Not for communal. Just keep your hands. Not everyone's.
Sometimes we have to do this before they'll... Okay, let me just try to rob from that crate in front of them. Will that work? No? Okay. Fine. If they're not going to be easily provoked that way just to get a fair chance, I will just, like, pitch one of them off a cliff or something. That didn't provoke you. What is this? Get up and let's fight. Very weird. I don't want to be cheesing them here, so I want them to all be together so I can... Strange. Very, very strange. Alright, what if I just, like, randomly shove this wolf? Will that provoke them?
Seems your actions.
There we go. Okay. Trying to get a fair fight in this game so we don't have it too easy is just surprisingly hard sometimes.
Where do I go from here?
Could throw a spear for a little bit more damage. Let's just go with that, though. Huh. No fall damage from that. That is weird. Where's the other one? Istor's over there. That's what I thought. We've got Vol. We have Karad. Okay. I knew there were a few more around here.
Can you feel death's cold?
But I don't really anticipate there being too much trouble with them. This will kill on average. So I'll just go with that, I think. Keep it simple. Choose another action. I don't need to worry too much about Istor, I don't think. I want to take out the humans because they're the ones that are more unpredictable. Let's see. If I take out you, I can unlock all the ravens to help us. So that would be useful. That'll probably just kill you. Yes. Now, what will it take to get a shot against this one without walking into a literal minefield? Oh, I've already got a shot from here. Okay. And this time there's some nice hitboxes on the natural bridges and things like that. So, good stuff. Okay, if I turn that off, I should be able to now kill you. Alright, I think it is now too tempting to refrain from just blowing up the explosives. So let's try that. It didn't explode. Okay. Very well. Let's manufacture ourselves some advantage over here. Ravens are so good.
Can't even catch my breath.
So you've got an action left, which you could spend to push that person around.
Done.
Doing some nice bonus lightning damage there.
Gods, it's hot in here.
Victory awaits. On the move.
Can you just finish off this wolf? Especially if I have like another raven soften it up maybe with blinding it. Got a decent chance. Alright, which then frees up you to focus on just Vol over there. You can probably kill in one more hit. Not quite. Well, I think it's worth going for the guaranteed, or almost guaranteed, kill on Vol. And I'll leave the wolf alive for one turn, but I think unless it dashes, it can't really get to me, so that should be fine. And it's just a wolf. It has very few options. Yeah, that worked out perfectly. Let's turn off group mode so people don't accidentally walk into landmines as the fight ends.
Luck again.
This one I think talks about how the wall behind it was an illusion, so that's kind of your clue about that.
Have a lot on my mind. And, well, in it.
Alright, lots of things to loot here. Maybe we'll just blow up these explosives so we don't need to worry about them.
Swift as my feet can carry me. Let's have a look. No traps, please.
The Zhentarim have a lot of Alchemist Fire. This is like kind of your main stockpile of Alchemist Fire for the rest of the game in my experience. Double hand crossbows, a man after my own heart. I hate that hand crossbows are so good because they're so silly. They just kind of, they ate the D&D 5e warrior meta. Lots of treasures in here. Another painting, I think, of Oscar's Other Love. I don't remember these guides actually having any useful information in them about the outer city when we go there, so I might just ignore them for now. Totally unique kind of glove here. It makes your summon creatures, as it says, resistant to all damage, but then they could become mad, which is really, 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 really not worth it. Especially because I found, if you have good tactics, I got through all of Act 3 with I summoned a creature at the very beginning of Act 3, never rested them my first try, got all the way through it, summoned creature still alive. So you don't really need to make them resistant if you just have good tactics. So we'll probably just end up selling that unless someone else points out some really good use for it. This is a pretty funny soothsayer book. So basically, because they're shockingly ignorant about Githyanki, take a Githyanki for an apparition of some sort, and then the soothsayer makes up some story about how this means that he'll get double the harvest, but it's really clearly a Githyanki they're talking about here. I don't know when they became so mysterious. I always thought the Githyanki were pretty well known because they're like just the most infamous, pirates on the main transit plane. I'm sure like a peasant wouldn't know about that, but you think anyone who does any actual magic would know about it. And tons of people do magic in this setting. It's not like it's a rare, low magic setting type thing. Scrolls, but most of the things that I don't tend to actually use. So I might end up selling those. I think one of these chests is booby-trapped. Both of them, okay. Well, let's get guidance from Leyboingzel, and not from Karlach, because I don't want to cancel off the magic weapon she's casting on Astarion all day long here.
Right tool will do the trick.
Oh, wait. I don't mean to lockpick it. I mean to disarm it. That was pretty close. Yeah, hitting a 30 on our lockpick checks, no big deal. Oh, we had the key for that one. Okay. Wargfang, nice. Hyenaear, nice. Those are important alchemy ingredients, so glad to have them. Another Infernal Iron for Karlach, that makes like 20. And it looks like I need to offload more treasure. Good enough to move forward with for now, at least. You can send a mage hand through this hole if you're trying not to aggro the Zhentarim, and that's a good way that you can loot these things. Like, mage hand through, then drag the chest over to you, then pick them up through the bars, then pick them elsewhere. A little silly, but it works if you're trying to get all the treasure without making enemies here.
That's curious.
That's the burrow hole you can go through to get to it. And down below there's an illusory wall. I don't really know how it got here, because as far as I'm aware, none of the Zhentarim here are illusionists.
What's behind the valley? Surely.
But through we go, and we'll get back to the other side of that Zhentarim hideout Underdark area that we were in before. It can only, as far as I know, be traversed from this one side. You can't take the elevator back up to here, which would be pretty neat. It's only traversable downwards. Come on, camera.
Seems simple enough.
Pretty cool cutscene there, I think. I mean, we've already seen the place, so less impact on us, but I do like it. Do we get any XP for exploring from this direction? I guess we'll find out. That's why I wanted to try it part. I think we've already been here, so it doesn't count. Fair enough. Now, we have a lot of things we could do next. We could go to the Arcane Tower and get the rare mushrooms we're looking for there, which would be a valuable quest to do. We can finish the Masterwork Weapon quest, or we can go as we were going into the road beyond Joaquin's Rest. Wait, did we not get the Joaquin's Rest waypoint? Looks like we didn't. That's irksome. Okay, let's go back to Joaquin's Rest and go west along the road from there. Looking for the Duke, but also because, out of character, I really, really want to get some of the merchants that are early available in the Mountain Pass area, and some of the power-ups that are available there and things like that, so it makes sense to go there, and we now have a way that we can justify it in character. I've been wanting to do it for forever, but it's kind of gated off behind that you don't want to go there before you've taken care of Joaquin's rest stuff and the goblins, or you miss out on those quests forever. I also wanted to demonstrate, I think there's nothing up on the roofs here. There's a whole explorable, jumpable roof area, but as far as I'm aware, there's nothing to obtain up there. So, let's just check my recollection about that. If you wanted to fight the Flaming Fists, and how do I just fight in character, this would of course be the perfect way to do so, and get massive throw damage against them, and easily take cover behind things they can't hit you across, but I, in character, was not planning to fight them, and out of character, I've never done it before, so that's why we didn't do that here. Now, coming up ahead is an encounter with Githyanki. Lady Wongsel's wanted to meet them forever, and then she'll immediately get killed by them if you don't stop her, because she's that dumb, even when dealing with her own people.
Something good here. I hope.
Let's turn you back to being invisible, why don't we?
Never a dull moment. Very well.
I think there'll be a tiefling we can chat with around here. It's also kind of a backdoor path back to the goblin base, which is kind of interesting how it all fits together here.
Dragon Rider, my kin are near.
Damn, that thing could blot out the sun.
Then we shall get incinerated in the shade. So, a bug actually happened here, where I'm having to redo this because the first time I did this, the conversation happened twice, and then instead of me getting to the fight like I wanted, they just ran away. So I Control-Alt-Delete it out and reload it so I can actually have the fight properly. Very buggy and weird.
Find a way forward.
What are you doing? Hold up before they see you, Gresham.
Very pale tiefling.
Nobody.
As far as I'm aware, there's no follow-up with her. I don't think we ever do see her in Baldur's Gate. Maybe I'm forgetting, but I don't think we do.
That lot are swarming all over the bridge. I don't know what they want, but it can't be good. I'm going to find another way around. You ought to do the same. Unless you're looking for a fight, that is.
Sure am. In fact, I reloaded the entire world in order to get this fight.
What? Just follow you around?
Yeah, join my adventuring party. There's gold and riches to be had.
Alone.
Oh well.
Rag. That's it.
I guess Mrag is an expletive, and then Mrag Gresham is like applying it to a person or something.
I'll feed your innards to the ants before I do that, Istik.
This is your last chance!
No, look up. That was your last chance, Istik.
This is just, like, dumb. If you want to get information from them, you don't have a dragon, just torch them. I mean, they're clearly not very good Flaming Fist, but... The Githyanki also just think that they're so cool when they contribute nothing to this fight. They're a super high-level dragon did all the work. You aren't some kind of amazing warrior just because you have a dragon on your side. Because thousands of years ago, your leader made a deal with devils to get a dragon on your side.
You're not here to play with the locals.
But then he'll just tell her she's doing the right thing momentarily, because he tells her the instructions are to question and then kill. So,
Question, kill,
yeah.
Then move on. Find the weapon. Our queen watches.
Voss is awful. We're supposed to pretend that he's kind of this, like, you know, noble Githyanki who's turning against Vlaakith, but he's horrible.
I envy its knight. Would that I rode such a steed. A crash must be near.
He's probably playing along to some extent with what Vlaakith wants, but the fact that he is a Githyanki and is from ancient times means ipso facto he is evil. All the ones who were decent back in the olden days when Voss was around became Githzerai, not Githyanki. Anyone who's a Githyanki and was alive back then is a Githyanki because they decided they wanted to take over the universe.
The dragon served.
Anyway, she's an idiot. She'll go off and get killed if you don't save her.
Does you no harm. Follow me. We are close to the cure we seek.
And she won't learn a lesson from that either because, again, she's just not bright. Anyway, now we have this backpack full of hundreds of pounds of stuff from her, I guess. Let's drop that here and try to avoid it getting destroyed. Now, unfortunately, because we don't have her,
We must speak.
that means that we can't have her cast long jump on us to help us get out of there. But let's maybe go into turn-based mode and set things up here, I guess. This seems a good place to use Mage Hand, which is once for short rest, but we should take a short rest soon anyway, so let's set that up. Some of them have good armor class. Let's set you up with Oil of Accuracy.
All's well there.
And then, which of them have the best dexterity? He won't actually be in the fight. No matter what you do, even if you attack the dragon, it'll just immediately flee, along with Boss. No way I'm aware to actually fight them. Which is a little disappointing, honestly. I mean, you would get crushed probably unless you did some special tricks, but not even having the opportunity, if you really, really wanted to, is disappointing. You can command him to drop his weapon, which will sometimes work with a low chance, and then he'll drop a legendary greatsword, which you shouldn't get until Act 3, and is not useful anyway, really. I got it once with like a pure luck drop, just thinking, hey, wouldn't it be funny if he actually dropped it? And it was useless. Like, I revamped my character to try to make it be usable, and it was still awful. Melee is just bad, and greatswords in particular are just also really bad. I could not make it even competitive with double hand crossbows.
Ryder, my time is short. Lead me to...
Shh, shh, shh. Such a familiar tone. Were I not merciful, I would slice the skin clean from
So, like,
meat. Yet you are not...
the notion that you would just kill a Githyanki could be useful to you because they use too familiar a tone, that's...
name, child.
It's just stupid.
Lae'zel.
Lae'zel. Proud. Regal, even. You will call me Gestil Kithrak.
Voss, Knight Supreme. The Queen's silver, the Queen's sword.
As we'll find out shortly. Of course, he has actually betrayed
A gate
Blockit,
vessel has fallen from the sky, Lae'zel. Thieves aboard have taken a weapon most precious. It is polyhedric in shape and inscribed with...
Specifically, it's an icosahedron, a d20.
Feel a strange anxiety take hold. Not your own.
This is interesting for Stabolis. Once I find out more about this.
Somehow, it's afraid you attune your mind to it. The artifact does not want to part from you. It does not want to fall into the Gith Raiders' hands.
Take word to your creche. You are to join our search. Speak up, child. Affirm your mandate.
If you tell the truth, they'll attack you rather than intelligently trying to ally with you or anything like that. Because Githyanki are just the worst and the dumbest. If I want to get the hardest fight, I guess I need to do something like this, which will probably make Leiboingzel hate me.
What? Halfwit! I have not suffered for you to deny me!
You do not control your slaves? Baretha, see their skulls.
And he'll just leave for no reason whatsoever. Like,
On Vlad.
there is no explicable motive for him to just leave here when he actually wants to get the artifact for his own
Our
purpose.
search continues. To Danos! To the sky!
We'll meet Kudonos in Dragonborn form later on. And I guess we all just kind of pause, watch him slowly fly away in the middle of what should be a fight, which seems very silly.
I will ascend.
Well,
Take me back to turn-based mode. How much favorability with Leiboingzel did that cost me anyway? Like nothing. She doesn't even care.
Blood comes easy these days.
Okay, well, I want to get everyone else in on this fight and get you out of it alive. If you jumped over to there, can you get up above and then hopefully pull the others in? Kind of. Okay. Well, the Maidens are going to be going too slow to be useful. That's unfortunate. Now, these Raiders are powerful range attackers. They have extra attack and can shoot twice and be quite dangerous for that reason. So they're our highest priority. Gish's ones are kind of mage warriors, and then... I don't remember Sarth being anything too special. I'm not too concerned, really. Getting her out of there is going to be a whole other problem. Let us first throw something with you. Let's see. Can I get that raven out of there? Which raven's going first? That one's going last. Any way to deal with these guys conveniently?
Time to strike.
watch this. My little...
Should do pretty good fall damage from here, I would think, given that it's fallen so far. Nope, it did basically nothing. Fall damage is completely incoherent and nonsensical in my experience in this game. There's no pattern to it. There's no logical increases you up higher or anything like that.
Sometimes the only way out is through.
Alright, what do I want to do to get the maximum value out of Ballista firing away? So on average, my damage, if I do Hex, Eldritch Blast, and whatnot, is a D10, which is 5.5, plus a D6, which is 9, plus 3 per shot, so that's 24. Which is not really good enough on its own.
On my way.
To get that kill, that is.
Let's spill some blood.
Let's turn that on.
No escape.
Fire away. And then...
Worth the cost.
Can't hit you anymore? Okay.
Let's have some fun.
Turn that off. Shoot that one, I guess. So you've got your extra action.
Come on. Can't stay idle.
Perhaps I will fire like so. There we get myself another action, which I can spend on hexing and then attacking that guy. Oh, I can't actually hex him. Okay. Fine.
Let's spill some blood.
Okay, let's turn that off. Shoot him down. Alright, I don't think the other one can actually get to us. Shame that the mage hands couldn't actually do anything useful here. I guess I wasted them. I figured that one of them would do decently in initiative, but didn't work out. Just in case they do get a turn, I should probably have someone drop a spear for them to use.
Time for a cull.
Or a javelin or whatever. What? No!
Victory awaits.
You can't get away, can you?
Shall we cut and run?
You could waste her parry if you just peck her and then fly away, but it's probably too low a chance of working. Probably just fly away and make her waste her time trying to get to us. She gets the dash. She could maybe... Does she just multi-dash with that thing to get to us? Nice. Okay, well, Lei Bungzel can't defend herself, I guess. If I did Cutting Words, and then she activated Shield, that should work. Like, it won't let her use Shield right now. It is a very minor attack. I could just let it go through and not worry about it, rather than wasting a spell slot and so forth on it. She's not concentrating on anything either, so yeah, that's probably best just let her take the hit. It does break off her wild shape, but that's fine. I plan to end that soon anyway. Well, I didn't execute this all that well, but it'll be okay. This should hopefully waste her parry, because... Not enough movement. She's literally... Okay. There we go. She parries it, but she still gets blinded. She just reduces the damage from 1 to 0. So that's a great way to waste their 1 per round reaction parry type thing. Are you invisible? Can you push her off? 35% is like not bad odds of that, although I want to push her in a direction that does not hurt Lae'zel if you fall on her. No! I keep misclicking on that stupid rock. Okay, fine.
Fuck yes.
But that's fine. We're going to demolish her now. We just need to run around to a side where we are allowed to push her, because for some reason you're just not allowed to from certain sides. Not enough movement.
I will ascend.
There we go. That's more like it. Now, if we throw something at it... Oh, you don't have your backpack. Okay. Can't pick up too heavy, but you carried all this stuff before, didn't you? Strange.
In my best interest.
Very strange.
No choice but to keep going. Maybe I should... Exit! This is good.
Well, there we go. Lae'zel, do you have any comments on what we just did there?
A Kithrak demanded my head. I should have given him yours. Bah, this is a distraction. The Kithrak deserves the whole of my
Indeed.
spawn.
She's being surprisingly smart about this, actually.
My queen's name. How dare he dishonor her child? I will remove the parasite. I will see the Kithrak dead and present his head to Vlaakith herself. And I will leave behind this wretched realm to stand at my queen's right hand. A crash is near, that much is certain.
That went very, very strangely, really. I've never taken that conversation path before.
No one, not even the ignoble Gestil Kithrak.
I'm glad that she, for some reason, blames him for that rather than me, but... He was being, like, a complete ass, at least, so...
I crave blood.
I just thought she would have approved of that because she's a Githyanki.
Alright.
Well, another backpack to help organize their stuff could be good. So let's pick that up.
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
2 arrows and an entire heavy chest. Interesting. Some nice gear. The Githyanki have a lot of very valuable, very heavy gear most of the time.
A Githyanki slate. Give it here. Tirsu markings.
Tirsu is their language. Well, their old kind of writing system, that is.
Magical energy courses through the slate, then to Lae'zel. Your own body buzzes in resonance.
I don't think I've seen this before. Interesting.
A map glows before you, revealing a Githyanki refuge inside a temple within the mountain pass. The slate also reveals...
See, I haven't usually had Lae'zel in my party before, because I just dislike her so much. So, these conversations are mostly new to me.
Great importance to their queen.
Zorru did not lie. We will soon reach a Githyanki crash. It lies within an ancient temple.
Of course, Voss could have flown there and warned them about us, but luckily he won't have.
Purification is at hand.
I mean, given that the Githyanki just randomly attacked us, we have even less confidence think they would actually help, but...
Seems willing to...
Oh, one of those who won't talk to his killer. Very well.
Don't burn yourself.
For me?
Multiple ones willing to speak, though.
Looking ahead.
Oh, you're just one of their victims, right? Okay.
The corpse regards you.
Monstrous warriors. Keen swords. Black spots.
He crossed blades with a Githyanki. Few survive the ordeal. Fewer still claim victory.
Miller.
So they just killed some random commoner, basically.
before its fall. Seeking Path, Baldur's Gate, Risen Road, Cross Wooden Bridge.
There are so many better ways that goes to the Shadowlands, I think.
Mountain Path.
The spells.
That is barely worth looting. I'm gonna be overloaded soon and need to just take a jaunt over to some merchants. It's gonna happen a lot in Githyanki Town. As I said, they just have tons and tons of high value, high weight loot. And it has in general been a while since we sold anything.
No one stopped me yet.
So, no one's stopped him yet, he says, but here, this broken bridge will stop us dead. Now, I've got to say, for 5th level characters, this is a trivial obstacle. We could super jump across that. We could fly across that. We could teleport across that. We could do so many things to get over there. We could just climb down and climb back up. But, you know, suddenly the game gets very railroady about broken bridges for this next section here, and so we just aren't allowed to take any of the actions that we would just do in character to trivially solve this obstacle. Well, that leads to the mountain pass. Let's just, before we go through this, explore a little section back over here and talk about how there's a backdoor into the goblin camp and stuff like that.
Always room for more.
So here we are overlooking Goblin Town in the Saluna Temple. Failed the survival. That's okay. We just get out a shovel and dig it up. Looks like kind of a collapsed mine shaft type thing there.
With haste.
I don't think there's anything else in this, cool little area. Let me know if I'm missing anything. I haven't spent that much time exploring here because there's no creatures to fight or things like that I'm aware of. And then exciting times on into the next zone. I will be coming back here. I just want to do a few things in there and then come back, sell goods, and then pick up the last few quests that are here in the Underdark, like killing off the hag and the owlbear and stuff like that. So I will be back here.
I have a lot on my mind. And, well, in it.
Thank you for watching, everyone. And a special thank you to my Patreon supporters. Frank Maidens, Master Knight DH, Jackie, and Lino, George Grin, Travis, Carlo Andrea 97, Cthulhu's Mom, Gregory, William Wakefield, Danny Hall, Jeffrey Morse, Just Becca, Jack, Austin Livingston, Mashas01, Jacob Marshall, Nubiana, Till Fisher, Latinx, Discord Colossus, Nicholas Schmuck, Kostia Nesterovich, Vol the Great, Luke Frederick Brune, Goman Blackrock, Dodo King 4, Martian Bialek, Techno Waffle, Mavith, Nebular, I Loop, Michael Francis, Emperor Kong 420, and Robin Maki. Have a great day, everyone.